Today I would like to introduce a very nice feature of TecZoneBend programming system, and I show it in the settings. We have here the machine defaults, and in the section bend outputs there is a nice field NC code postprocessor. What does it mean? It means that after creating of the NC file, while we create program in TecZoneBend, we can start an additional program which will get some additional informations or some additional processings based on the just created NC file. I show it with a very simple example. I copy here the path of the NC's Notepad++ exe. I close that, and I will try to force the possibility to create the NC code again. I change a little bit the position of the gripper, then I set it back, and now I'm able to start the NC. And what is interesting, the system started the Notepad++, and I can see what is in our GEO file. I close that. It's not very useful, but it showed us that it's working. Now I do something else. I set in my machine defaults, instead of starting the Notepad++, I start now a NC converter as a postprocessor, and the task of this converter is to calculate me the cycle time of my bending program. And this application is introduced in other movie on this channel. Please watch at the end the link to that movie, but I show how it works. The program creates in a folder, after running, an XML file that will contain the calculated cycle of one bended part. And let us try if it works. Okay, I close my settings. The same way as previous, I will try to force the system to enable the NC code creation button. And now, check. We have here an empty folder, and now I start the NC code. Let's try. Zack. They started here at 1 or 2 seconds my conversion program, and now in the folder where we created our text file of the result, we have the XML file with the information about which program, how many bends, how many grips, and how many pictures are taken at the the processing of that part. And here we have the cycle time of the bended program. Of course, we have here the dimensions, and it's created quite automatically. If you would like to get information how long our program will take time, we have it done automatically. What we have only to do is to read the contents of the XML file. If you have any questions, please contact tops@pl.trumpf.com. Thank you for your attention.